Hello friends and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me this morning to do Grandma's Scrap Quilt. We are working on the last row, I believe it is. Let me just double check. I have all my rows here, so I'm going to count them out and see how many I have, and this will let me know where I'm at. Okay, so I do have 2 more rows left to do. Let me see which one this one is. I kind of stacked one up here. Okay, so this is row 12 that I'm doing. And I think I actually stacked everything in the order that I was going to sew it. So if you guys saw a video this past week where I was sewing on this, that's just what I do during the week. If I have enough videos done out for you guys, that's what I do. But I did not have enough videos out this past week, and I was just running on low. I really was. So I'm hoping to get back on track this next week, because normally what I like to do is, let me make sure I just did that right. I like to take a couple days to do a video sometimes. And because normally I'll do like one day I'll cut fabric after I come in from work, and the next day I'll sew it. And or I'll take one day and I'll cut, you know, several things out, and that'll be videos for the next couple days. But when you have no videos in advance, I'm telling you, a lot of people do not realize how much work having a YouTube channel is. It is a lot of work. A lot of work. It's not just recording and putting a video out. You have to edit that video, and however long that video is, it's going to take you double the time to edit it. Like the video you saw yesterday was 2 hours of recording, and that's why it was late coming out. It did not come out until 6 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. because I was doing it that day. I'm just kind of giving y'all the ins and outs of how YouTube works if you're doing videos. It takes approximately, I knew what I was going to be editing out, and normally I edit out my silence, but I knew some of my sewing I was going to time-lapse you guys and just speed you up through it. So that's what I did, and I knew exactly what I was going to do as I was recording. I knew what I was going to do. So that kind of helped me, but it did take the better part of 2 hours for me to edit, because I knew the parts I was cutting out. And that's what I did first. I went through cutting out what I knew I was going to take out. And that's a quick way to do edits. You know, if you know what you're going to cut out, go on and cut that out. And then what's left, you speed up, you slow down, you do whatever you need to do. And add music or whatever, you know. I didn't add any music to yesterday's video. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. People don't tend to like the music. Not that I pick bad music or anything. It's just people would prefer to hear a sewing machine over music. So I don't mind speeding up a video and just leaving the sewing machine on it, because I like to hear that too. I like to hear a sewing machine. I like to hear music too, but I like to hear a sewing machine too. But, so we had that going on. And so I mean, you see I've got the same shirt on. I'm doing the second video this evening. It's actually nighttime. I have been doing so much preparations for sewing that I literally, to get up and move around and get out of my house, I go grab a bite to eat. So tonight, my dad and my stepmom and I, the three of us went to McAllister's. And I even had my daughter come over and wash my dishes and fold my laundry that was done. Because I'm paying her because I just don't have time to do it. And that is a shame, but I just do not have time to do it. And this is what I mean. YouTube is a job. Whether you want it to be or not, if you don't dedicate the time to it, you know, it's just, I like to share my passion. But on the flip side of it, my passion costs money. So I want to make sure that I stay monetized. And all y'all have to do is watch. Y'all don't have to do anything else. Just watch. And that helps me greatly if you watch the videos. And I've been hearing about the new algorithms and stuff. I got an email today about like a creator workshop thing, and I don't know, I'm thinking about doing it just maybe to get more insight on the algorithm and how it works, because they're constantly changing how that works. Used to, I knew if you like had the subscribers and you got a lot of likes and stuff like that, that they would push your videos out. And then I heard they weren't doing that, that they were doing it based off of topic. But, you know, I would think if a viewer is watching things in the same, say like someone is watching other quilting YouTube channels, that they would push that out. But now I've heard that you have to have so much interaction on your channel, which I don't know how true it is. I'm not going to say that this is definite and that this is how it really is, because I do not know. But that's what I heard, that the more interaction you get on your channel, the more that your channel is pushed out to other channels. Oh my goodness. This block must not have been trimmed down. I'm going to check it out 1 second. Okay, somehow I missed trimming that one down. But it's trimmed down now. So it will work a lot better. But back to our YouTube talk. I know people don't understand the amount of time. And if you have someone that you enjoy watching, make sure to give them a thumbs up. Even if you don't comment, make sure to give them a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't have to click on that notification bell to see every single video that they put out, but make sure to subscribe to them, because I know a lot of YouTubers that depend on that little bit of income that they make from YouTube. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like getting a little something because it helps me get my quilts quilted at the long arm. And because if I didn't get anything, I wouldn't be able to do that, because that would not be in my budget. That makes it where that is in my budget, where I can get my quilts quilted, and then I'm supporting a small local shop. So, you know, we all win. I win because I can get my quilts quilted. The quilt store wins because they get paid for a service. And you win because you get free TV on YouTube. And I'm definite, and sometimes entertainment. I'm never going to say I'm a learning channel, because if you learn anything from my channel, it is probably going to be what not to do. Because, and the one thing I have learned in my quilting thing, my quilting journey, take your time and read your pattern. Maybe twice. Because I'm bad about that. I guess I'm probably worse than a man about following instructions. I'm kind of okay at following instructions, but the problem is I don't read all the instructions. I see the first part and I go with it. And that's a bad thing sometimes, y'all. It's a bad thing. But I am trying to get this video out for y'all. And like I said, it's Friday night. Y'all get this on Saturday morning. And it's kind of late already. I know it's after 9. Yeah, it's after 9. Hey, Sharon, I'm still up. I promise you, I'm going to get that t-shirt one day. I thought I had it ordered already, but something happened to the order because I did get an email. I think it was canceled or something. I don't know who canceled it. I think they couldn't get it out in a timely fashion. Because I think I might have ordered it on Etsy. And I think if they don't get it out in like 3 days, Etsy will cancel the order, I think. I don't know. Or the shop may cancel it so it's not a bad ding on them. And I don't understand that. Because I know on custom items, because I used to make t-shirts, sometimes it takes a little while to make those. Okay, so this is my number 12 row. Trying to just, my number 12 row, see, look how, oh, I got lots of green in there. Now, row number 13 is just the solids and the sideways pieces. So here's one, and we start with a solid. Do I have another one sewn together here? I wonder if I got different colors other than green. I'm just going to go on and put these two together, so it ain't going to matter. Because I already have these two made, so I'm going to go on and use them. But y'all, it has been so nice to be in my sewing room every day. I have really enjoyed it. The hard part of it is where I live, we do not get good internet service. And so if I'm ever on a live with somebody and I freeze up, that's what's going on. I have horrible internet service. And, you know, it is what it is. We just go with the flow because you can't do nothing about it here. There's just nothing that you can do. I mean, and it's so bad that we had to get Starlink internet here. Cable, years ago, you know, when people had cable, it didn't run out as far as we live. It literally stops less than a mile down the road from where we live. So we've never had any kind of... And honestly, where I live, we have somebody pretty high profile that lives down on the same road I live on. And this person has all the amenities, of course. And it goes right around the curve past this person's house and stops. Like and it's always been like that. Cable, internet, they've got fiber optic now. We don't have it. But if we did get it, the only company that is around here that has it, I probably wouldn't get it from them. So, I need to see how many of these I need before. I'm just going to sew until I got a big old long one. I'm going to put a different color here instead of the blues, because most of all these blocks that I have here has blue on them. I'm going to just mix it up a little bit. So that is why I don't do lives also. I don't myself do a live, because at least if someone else is on there, y'all will have one person that's still functioning, but I can't do a live myself because I would tend to freeze up too bad. All it takes is a good wind and we're out of service. So, see, everything here now I have is greens and blues and reds. So I'm just trying to make sure I have different patterns. But it's, I mean, I could throw this one up in the middle of the quilt and you would not be able to tell it. But, you know, that's the price to pay to live out in the country the way I do. I love living in the country. I've lived in, I call it town, but it's a big city. I mean, I've lived in nothing like Dallas or anything like that, but I have lived in a larger town area, and where I lived close to people. I mean, literally, you could kick a rock and it would go in your next door neighbor's yard, is how close the houses were. And I don't like living like that, because I always said I did not want my children to grow up like that. And they didn't. My goodness, something outside just bumped under my house. I don't know what that was. But guys, once I get this done, I am going to have to press out all of my rows. So, y'all may get a short video tonight. I'm hoping I can, if it don't take me too long, I may only press out a couple rows and then sew a couple rows for you guys. That's probably what I'll do, is I'll just press out a couple rows and then we'll sew them together. Okay, so I have 3 rows that I went on and pressed out. It took me about 10 to 20 minutes. Well, it took me at least 20 minutes to do all 3 of them. So what I'm going to do, this is a side solid. Okay, I'm going to call them side solid or 9-patch. So what I'm going to do is that side solid is going to be either the first or the third block. So what I am going to do is just turn these together and start pinning the 2 rows together. And wait, let me check. Oop, they can't. Because what I'm going to do though is alternate it to where my seams will nest. So I can press all of them the same direction and then nest the seams. Y'all see I'm fighting with it here. But it looks, oh my goodness. It looks like I'm going to have yellows on yellows and greens on greens and blues on blues. That was not intentional, but that's what happened. So I will pin these and bring you back once I start sewing them. Okay, so I now have 2 rows pinned together, and I'm just going to get into it and start sewing. And I know I could have pulled from deeper in my stack to make sure that I didn't have the same colors together, but it really don't matter. This is going to be just a comfy, scrappy quilt. It's not, and you know, I'm thinking about it, I'll say it's not going to be a bed quilt, but you know what? My grandmother made all of us, when we were little, bedspreads out of leftover garment fabrics, where she had made, because my grandmother made all of her clothes. because she was literally not even 5 foot tall. She came to my shoulder standing up. And I'm only 5'2", y'all, so I'm not very tall myself. I was 5'3" at the time. But, and people, they're like, sure you were. Yeah, I really was. I was 5'3", but due to degenerative disc disease, I am now only 5'2". And that is not uncommon in the area that we live. And actually, it's not uncommon for women, period. According to my chiropractor, that's normal. That women just suffer that. And that's sad. I mean, that there should be a way that we can help that and fix that. And I mean, when I was pregnant, I took calcium supplements just to make sure I had extra calcium. And my dentist actually recommended that because every time I was pregnant, I would have like a tooth just explode in my head from lack of calcium. And so, you know, I mean, that's nothing you can help. It's just something that your body does. Yeah, I feel like these are going to, some of my my squares were not trimmed down, and they are definitely making this difficult. And I didn't realize they weren't trimmed down until too late. They were already, see, like this one right here I'm coming up against, it's not trimmed down. So instead of following my guideline on my table, I'm having to follow my foot, which makes it a little bit harder. But I think after I get these two put together, maybe 3 put together, I'm going to call it a night so I can get this up for you guys for in the morning. It may be a short video, but I've got to get up early in the morning and get everything ready to go to my granddaughter's first birthday party. So that definitely takes precedence over everything. And I have to go take everything out of my vehicle so I can I got to get the car seat, baby's car seat out of my car or my truck. I call it a car sometimes, I call it a truck sometimes. It's an SUV. It just hauls my grandbabies. That's what it is. It's a baby hauler and a grocery hauler. And it gets me back and forth to work. And it's a whatever I can find on Facebook Marketplace that may be too big to go in a car. Yeah, I'm bad about finding furniture on Marketplace. I have a vintage dresser that I found. I didn't pay but like $75 for it. Now, it does need to be finished or cleaned up because it was in a shed and now it's in my shed. But I've got a whole lot of stuff to do to get it out of my shed. So, okay, so I have my first 2 rows, and this is where I'm going to end because I'm at an hour, and I know that includes my pressing and all that, but so y'all aren't going to get an hour video today. You may get 30 minutes, but so far, this is where we are at. And I think I had one row that had, I need to check that, because I think I had a row that had my dark going the wrong way. I'll have to find that and take that apart before I sew it to a row. So guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening, or this morning, because you're getting this on Saturday morning. And yes, this is the Grandma's scrap quilt and not the disappearing 4-patch. You'll see that tomorrow morning. I already had this laid out on my table, ready to go. So I thought, why not? Let me go in and do that. But we will continue the Grandma's scrap quilt. Hopefully, I will have everything ready to finish off in our next session. Do not forget to put your pictures of your Silverstone in the Facebook group under the post that says this is where you post your pictures and all for Silverstone. It has to be under that post. It has to be in a comment under that post with your photo. I will do a random draw. I may just get a bucket and write all the names down that put their photo in there, because it doesn't matter how many times you put a photo of your Silverstone in there. If you have one picture in there, you are automatically entered. So there will be a nice little appreciation gift box coming out to whoever the chosen person is. I will post a video. It's going to be just a very short video. It is not going to say anything, and it may be even included with the updates. So y'all watch that. I can't announce it that it's a winner. I can't announce it's a giveaway in the title or the thumbnail. Just know that you'll have to watch the videos, and I'll try to give you a little catchy something to where you know, hey, I got to watch this because this is where it's going to say who the winner is. But yeah, make sure to watch, and I will announce the winner. And when I announce the winner, that person will have a certain amount of time to email me. My email address is always down in the description. You're more than welcome to email me anytime you want to. If you have photos that you want to be added into that comment, please email them. If you don't know how to do it, you can email them to me, and I will put them in there also. But once I announce who the winner is, you'll have a certain amount of time to contact me, give me your full name, your mailing address that I can ship a package to. And I don't normally ask for a phone number, but if you want to provide that, you can. That would only be in circumstances of if a package comes back to me, but I can email you that also. But it will be a small package that will be coming out. It will have all kinds of goodies in it. So y'all stay tuned and watch for that, and make sure to have all your photos in before midnight on the 31st. If I get photos in on the 31st and it is past midnight my time, it may not be midnight your time. I'm Central Standard Time. And just to let y'all know, this video will come out at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're not on the same time zone, you can tell by that. Like if I say 9 a.m., whatever time it is your time, then yeah, you can look at that. But I will announce the winner within the week, the first week of September. And I'm thinking by Friday by Friday. I would need to know by Friday of the week that I announce, because that way I can carry it to the post office the following Monday or that Friday. Actually, I would need to know it by Thursday, because that way I'm off on Fridays. I can carry it to the post office myself and not have somebody else that has to carry it. But guys, thank you once again so much for coming and joining me. I do hope you are getting some sewing going on this morning and get to sew all day. I have a baby's birthday party to go to, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Lots of balloons, lots of water, and lots of hyped up kids on sugar. That's going to be so much fun. But it's my granddaughter's first birthday, so we can't miss that. But leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.